Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just quickly want to show you how well I timed my jump. That's the carrier arriving in our target system right now. We're about 1,000 light years outside the bubble. We'll be doing 3 jumps, and I managed to time this perfectly. Anyway, so good evening, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. This is going to be a special live stream. I'm going to explain to you all in a second what we are going to be doing, but it is an open live stream. I just want to get out now. If any of you want to go out and help us do some mining, we're going to be helping one of the carriers heading out for the Deep Space Support Array, DSSA, and get that thing fueled up. So, if you want to help out, you need to be making your way to LP 547-159. It's posted in chat, both on YouTube and on Twitch. There you will find the D2EA Purple Nebula. That carrier is leaving in 15 minutes for the spot we're going to be at here doing the live stream. So either you have to make your way out here, it's 1,000 light years. Alternatively, you have to join that carrier and it will be jumping in 15 minutes. So get your mining ship, get docked if you want to join. And also there will be a link for Discord so you can come and you can join there. But I have around like 30 or 40 people sitting on Discord right now. I'm just going to get those guys online and we're going to explain everything we're going to do, and we're going to be talking over how this whole thing is going to work. But there we go. We are now live on Discord as well, and I'm going to get myself in game.
Okay. So,
just to explain what we'll be doing. First of all, we have Silver Dragon with us here in chat, who is the owner of the carrier we'll be fueling up today. The reason why we're fueling it up is because it's heading out to be part of the Deep Space Support Array. And Silver, can you spend like 2 minutes explaining what that is, in case somebody haven't heard of it at all?
Sure. I guess the Deep Space Support Array is something that I believe it's pronounced Cohen Lathe over on the FleetCom Discord started, and it is volunteer commanders are.
I think we lost Silver.
I think we did,
Well,
yes.
I keep reading about the push talk. But so we will be sending volunteer commanders are offering their fleet carriers to be sent to every region of the galaxy, maximum of 3 per region, because there were a lot more people that signed up than they were even expecting. And the fleet carriers will be staying there in their systems for a minimum of 1 year, so that they can be relied upon by explorers and commanders traveling around out in the black as kind of waypoints and stops that they can repair, or kind of as a home base for whatever reason.
Yeah, like basically rest stops for explorers. They have a place to dock up, get repairs, get refueled, sell their cartography data, I guess, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And where specifically are you heading? Just region-wise, you don't need a specific system name, but...
I am heading to the Galactic Center.
Okay.
At the Crown of, if anyone's heard of that.
So you have about 26,000 light years to fly, and it's going to cost a lot of tritium. But that's why we're here.
Yeah, and I guess any waypoints will add extra distance on that.
Okay. I actually just jumped into a random spot in the system. That was probably not the smartest move, but we're actually around the planet we should be mining at, right? Yes. Okay, so here's what we'll be doing. We are a lot of people here right now, and people are still showing up. Okay, so what we'll be doing is we're going to be trying to organize ourselves. If you want to join a wing to mine in, then we have a stream chat here on Discord. If you go in there and then try to organize wings in there, if you want to join up and fly in a wing. If you prefer to just fly on your own or fly in smaller wings, you are welcome to do that. If you want to do core hunting, do that. If you want to do subsurface, surface mining, whatever type of mining like tickles your fancy, you can go ahead and you can do that. The point is, when you are full and you're ready to get rid of your cargo, you're gonna be heading to the DSSA. Ronan, is that how Ronan? There's only one.
Ronan.
We haven't had anyone. No, there's not one here that's trying to spoof that, so that's fine. Yeah, so we're gonna be heading to that. There will be, if you go into the market, the commodity market, there will be a buy order up for tritium at 5% market value. So you can just go ahead and you can sell it to that carrier, and then hopefully by the end of the live stream we should have ourselves a fully fueled carrier. So do begin. You can see voice chats are being created right now. I'm just gonna move the want to join down here so it's easier for me to see. You can use all those wing chats if you want to separate out into smaller wings and coordinate there. Alternatively, you can use one of the text chats to coordinate if you prefer to do that as well. I'm not going to try to manage all these wings because with the number of people we need about 10 wings. So getting everybody into the same instance is probably going to be next to impossible. And I can see we also have people from actually mostly PC commanders today, it seems. But yeah. So that's the plan. So do begin. If you want to join a wing, then post in the stream chat and then begin to group up in wings. I'll be heading out and do some subsurface mining in my own ship here, and we'll see how far we get. And by the way, yes, you can buy limpets under advanced maintenance, so you can buy limpets on the carriers if you need that. Okay, good. Yes, people asking if they should sell or not donate. The problem with donation is, you can see here, I have a tritium deposit. My tritium deposit is already full, and I cannot take it out. So the tritium deposit will probably be full pretty quickly. That's why you sell it to the carrier instead, because then it goes into the oops, where is that? It's over here. Then it goes into the cargo storage, and here there's a lot more room. Otherwise, we can only mine 1,000 tons at a time. That's not going to be fun. But I'm just going to store some tritium there. Oh, didn't do that right, did I? Good. Mining in the Corvette? Yes, I'm going to be trying out. This is a ship that I've been building over the last couple of days for subsurface mining that I'm going to be trying out. Oh yeah, I need to jump over to the private group as well. I think I'm still in solo. Let me see here. You may let him know that it's... Are we... Oh, hold on, Donklaw. Are we far away from the planet? Or what's going on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
You are orbiting binary stars, and the planet's actually farther out from that.
Okay, so there's a bit of travel, but as in, I mean, we are going to the DSSA Robin, so it should be okay. I just forgot to set the jump to the planet instead of the system.
Do not try and bookmark a carrier you're actually sitting on.
So I will actually just go in and I will move the carrier over to the planet so it's a little bit closer when we have to go home. That should be doable, right?
Yes.
It is planet 1, right? The one with all the carriers around? The AB1, I guess.
Yeah, that ring
Okay,
planet
wait.
there is.
Only ring planet in the system. Never mind. I didn't ask. Okay, did I stock up on limpets? No, I didn't. Probably should do that.
Oh, Astro.
Yeah. Also, I will be posting on Discord. I'll be posting a an overview that Silver made of the hotspot. So if you want to go into the triple overlap that there is here, where's voice chat? So I'll go in stream chat. That's a lot better to put it there. Then you can go and you can look at the at how the overlaps are for the specific hotspot. I should be in stream chat now, so you can see where you need to drop down. It is quite narrow, but it's a triple overlap, triple tritium overlap.
Interesting.
So that should be good. Okay. Sorry for the background noise. I'm again streaming with open windows because otherwise I'm gonna completely die of a heat stroke before the end of the stream. Okay, people asking about the Corvette build. We can talk about it along the way. Again, this is still a little bit of a prototype. It's not quite finished yet, but the idea is pretty much just to have, as you can see here, I have 364 tons of cargo, so that's the 3 class 7 cargo racks. And then I think I have 11 collectors, 11 active collectors at the same time. Oops, sorry. My throttle hit the microphone there. Hold on. There we go. Is that hitting? No, it's not. But I will be doing a full build guide on it when it's done. Right now, again, it's still just a prototype that I'm working on. What tritium system? Can't even speak anymore. I'm gonna find the system for you guys in case any of you are interested. Let me just get my... okay, thank you, Don Glora. Way quicker than I am. There we go. Everybody got really quiet all of a sudden. Are you guys still here? Just everybody.
They're sorting out wings.
Okay, good.
I see the first wing gets already formed.
Ah, perfect. I must admit,
yeah.
I really much in doubt how many people would actually be interested in the event. This could be anywhere from 3 people showing up to, what are we now, 40 in chat. Okay, and it looks, Don Glory, you are in lockdown now, so that means the fleet carrier with the stragglers are now en route, and they should be here in about half an hour, I think.
Yeah.
An hour-ish, an hour maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, we have people requesting wing invites already. I need to actually look at this overlap here. I can look at the map where I can't.
No, I still can't invite you. I don't know why.
That's all. Yeah, with this many people in system now, I would half expect that there's probably going to be some instancing problems. But if you're having trouble, if you can't invite someone, then get in touch with them and ask them to log out to the main menu. So if you're not in the wing and people are having issues inviting you, then log out to the main menu and log back into the private group. And if you do not have access to the private group, it is MP_Astro. You can just search it up in the social menu and then request to join, and then you will automatically be admitted to the group. Richard says, must we switch to open? No, you can, if you want to, you can play in solo. That's just fine. You can join now. It's too late now since all the carriers is left, but this is also doable from Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you wish to do. Oh, that's some pretty looking rings. I like that. People asking if the fleet carriers are worth it. I definitely think they are. If nothing else, then just for the convenience. I mean, you should not... I don't think you should take the fleet carriers if you wanna use them as a money-making method. While you can make money with them by buying materials in some of the... Look at those hotspots. By buying materials... out in some of the hotspots far away from the bubble and then ferrying them back. That is technically doable. But I don't think you should try to get a fleet carrier if you're planning to use it as a source of income. You should take it if you want to have it as a convenience. I mean, look at those. I don't even know how many overlaps are in this. Okay, let's see if we can figure out where that triple tritium hotspot is. I guess we're just gonna start targeting tritium hotspots and see if we can find the overlap.
It's to the right side.
Is it on the day side?
Yes, I believe towards the day side of the planet.
That's a
But
low
when
temp.
I was here scanning it, scouting it, I
don't
counted
this-
7 tritium hotspots and like 6 each of void opal and low temp diamonds.
Tritium there, and tritium there. Okay. So... yeah, I can already see other ships going into that area as well. I think I'm just gonna go into one of the dense areas here. What are the reserves actually in the system? Let me just check real quick. It's the pristine reserves. Nice. I don't know if that has an effect. I'm just gonna say that this is probably fine.
A fleet carrier worth it question. I imagine relative to limpets in your system is almost worth 5 billion credits.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you can go out, I mean, all of a sudden, deep space mining like this is all of a sudden very much possible. The fact that you can restock limpets and you have a place to store your materials and that kind of stuff. I mean, if we didn't have fleet carriers in this update, I don't think it would be feasible to go out for the triple hotspot where it is now. It would probably be better to stick in the bubble to a double hotspot. Okay, let's get mining. 300 limpets on board. 18 minutes passed. Let's begin searching. Oh, that's a good start. See if I can... Nope. I'm still practicing. It's really difficult to launch... There we go. It's really difficult to launch prospectors from a corvette because the cargo hatch is so far back on the ship that it has a tendency to hit. Look at that. First rock, and we have 4 tritium subsurface deposits. That's perfect. So let's see how many tons we're gonna get. This is gonna be like 100 plus tons of tritium from this one rock, I think. And... I'm gonna go for the second one. That one. There we go. And that one. And now we've got to be careful because this one's got to be on the downward slope. We could easily miss that. But there was another one that's also on a slight downward slope that's coming up here, so we're gonna be going there. That's not a lot, only 2 fragments from that one. Let's see what we have out here towards the end. Oh, 3 of them right there. I think 1 more detonation. Should get that right on that second hill. Ah, missed it. Okay, well, we have 3 more to go. That's okay. Where's the next one? Right there. So how much did we get from that one? Only 12. How it's slow. Why is tritium so slow compared to low temperature diamonds? And I'm actually wondering if it would be faster to surface mine this.
From what I was hearing, at least with laser mining, tritium is similar to painite as far as how much you get and how quickly.
Oh, really? Because then, in that case, it would be a lot more efficient to go laser mining rather than subsurface mining. It's just with low temperature diamonds, it's a lot faster to subsurface mine them. I just figured
that's what I was hearing say in the beta, anyways.
But I'm also noticing I'm getting a lot less fragments. I'm only getting, like, this one was only 4. Oh, that one missed. Not gonna go for that one, not that one, but that one's good. Nice. Let's go for the next one. If nothing else, it's good practice in subsurface mining. I'm using turrets, no, I'm using fixed weapons. But I'm always aiming a little bit to the right because the weapon is located on the left side of the ship. So that's why you will see me aim to the right. There we go. So where are we at cargo-wise now? 31 tons. That's not amazing, to be honest. I think I'll try laser mining as well, just to see if that's quicker. I don't have lasers on this ship, though.
Astro, can you please explain at the next place how to do it? Hold down trigger, everything.
Yeah.
Minigame.
Sure. I have one here. So, when you fire off the displacement missile, there we go. You hold down the trigger. You keep holding it until you hit the blue down there in the corner, like so. And then fragments come out. And then the fragments are apparently... Okay, there they are. The upper graph, the graph at the top, is the rock density, and that determines how quickly the bottom one is scrolling by. So when the upper graph is high, that means that it's high density rocks and it will be scrolling by slowly. But when the graph is low, that means it's low density and it will be slowly scrolling by fast. So it's just about sitting and holding down the trigger and releasing it when you get to... Oh, that's bad. Releasing it when it gets to one of the blue areas. So holding down, holding, release. And then fragments come out, as you can see. And then to the right of that, you can see that there is some hit points on the deposit. And every time I fire off a missile, it takes damage until the deposit is depleted. And then you have no more tries, and you have to go and find another one. And release. Boom, there we go. That one should be depleted. And now we're done with this rock.
I bet that Verpal stick with multiple trigger pulls for the trigger all the different stages could work very well for your laser mining and subsurface mining simultaneously.
It could, yeah. I think there are some fragments stuck in the rock, and I'm just losing limpets to them trying to fly in and pick them up. Oh, no valid targets. Okay.
But they said they fixed that.
Yeah, not with subsurfaces. I saw some of them spawn inside the asteroid.
Well, laser mining is working for sure. I'm hitting the roof and have to ditch limpet.
How many tons do you guys have so far? I'm up to 39 from subsurface mining.
I've got 18 laser mining.
18 laser?
13 tons from 2 rocks. Laser mining.
Okay.
30 laser mining.
There's another 4. I mean, if this has been low temperature diamonds, I would have been halfway done now.
By the way, I think I have found a new bug in the mining stuff here, because I experienced that when I hit the cargo roof, you know, I got room for 192 tons.
Mm-hmm.
And keep on mining, and the refinery runs full too, and you get resources unallocated. Then ditch some limpets. Then the limpets sitting underneath your ship won't start by themselves stuffing material into your ship. They just sit there with the rocks they already found, like, and that's annoying.
I've never noticed that. It's never been an issue for me, at least.
Yeah, that's a bug I've also been running into. From what I can tell, it looks like it's saying you're jettisoning the limpets, but actually in-game it thinks that you still have those limpets in your cargo, so that cargo is still full, even though the number shows it's not.
Yeah, something like that. The only thing to fix it, I found out, is to power off the limpet controller and power it on again.
Yeah,
because
killing all the
limpets outside of it will die.
Yeah. Somebody in chat asked what's the optimal ratio for limpets to cargo. More than you need. Just if in doubt, just fill your cargo hold. Limpets are basically free compared to at least the material you bring in from mining. So there's really no reason to just bring a full cargo hold. I would rather waste. Let's say you buy 200 limpets too many, right? Add 100 credits each. So then you spend then you lost what, 20,000 credits? That's like a fraction of what 1 diamond is worth. So just fill your cargo hold if in doubt. And that is done. Let's get another one.
I kind of forgot how peaceful mining could be after all that whole push for carrier.
And I must admit, I'm really enjoying subsurface mining. I've been mining around...
The minigame is fun.
It is, and I've been mining around 1,000 tons of low temperature diamonds with it just from testing. So not even going out actively saying I'm gonna go and mine a full cargo. It's just, okay, I'm gonna test this ship, and I'm gonna test this out, and all of a sudden I have 1,000 tons of diamonds. Ah, that was too early. Have they increased the yield from core mining as well? No, they haven't. Core mining is still the same. Almost was too early there again. You're getting a loss, let's...
I haven't stopped to
Oh, you're cutting up badly.
think.
Oh, is it just me?
No, no, he was cutting out.
Go. And that one is done. Where's the next
I'm on
one?
30 tons now. Fourth rock.
Silver Dragon, can you please explain to people in chat with a 1-2 sentence what the deep space support array?
Oh, there were people asking about what DSSA is.
Yes, the Deep Space Support Array is a bunch of commanders that have volunteered their fleet carriers to send them out to all the regions of the galaxy in-game and leave them in specific systems of their choice in those regions for at minimum 1 year. So they will be a reliable place that explorers and whoever is out there can go to and say, hey, I want to temporarily base at this fleet carrier, and I know it's going to be there for at least the remainder of this year, if not longer.
And you're not gonna end up suddenly 10,000 light years away from where you originally were. Well,
Exactly. Or you're in a different ship and that doesn't have a fuel scoop because you wanted to mess around, and then all of a sudden the fleet carrier disappears with the rest of your ships.
that would actually suck. I didn't think of that. You decide to go out, do a little bit of mining or something else just for fun, and then all of a sudden the fleet carrier jumps away with your exploration ship. And unless the commander, the owner, has it hooked up to in hour, you're not gonna be able to find it again.
Or you could bookmark it.
And you just put up a sign, have tritium, will hitchhike.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remember to take a towel with you then if you're hiking.
Always bring a towel.
And always bring up pink tritium to bribe all the fleet carriers to take you. Okay. Oop.
This is a nice place. I don't think I've had a rock with less than 25% tritium yet.
Nice.
I was just thinking the same.
It should be. I mean, as far as I know, there was one other spot we were considering that was quite a bit closer to the bubble, but the overlap was really bad. It was barely what we would consider an overlap. So we decided to go a little bit further just to... Oh, am I done with this rock? Yes, I am. Just to hopefully get some slightly better yields. Oh, but I'm up to 75 tons of tritium now. Ooh, that almost looks like a core deposit to me. It could actually be a core deposit.
Well, I'm gonna start doing my first subsurface mining in over a year.
It's fun.
This is 70 tons.
Look at that. 32% tritium. And another... I haven't seen a single subsurface deposit that is not tritium. Spin all of them. If it was like this with low temperature diamonds, that would be pretty insane. Okay, let's...
That would get nerfed immediately.
Well, it's a matter of time before map gets made.
Probably.
You can map subsurface deposits in a hotspot, so you always know they always spawn in the exact same location. So if you know how to go from one rock to the other, you can just jump from rock to rock to rock, and you will always get subsurface deposits with low temperature diamonds in them.
saw a post on Reddit that said that if you find a super good subsurface deposit and you can handle the pirates, you just need to relock, then it's full again.
Yeah.
That will probably also be fixed.
I thought there was supposed to be a 2-hour refresh delay.
Yeah, exactly. But
There is.
Apparently there's not.
But apparently a relock will do it as well. That does seem like a bug though.
I definitely agree.
Okay, I gotta complain. 539 watching, 74 likes. Come on, man. Like the
I'm just gonna turn you down a little bit. There we go. Are you another computer customer than you used to be? There we go. People at John asked if I published any type guides on this type of mining yet. No, but I recorded it just before the live stream and I did half the edit, so it's halfway done. And I'm gonna do the other half of the edit after the live stream, and unless I hit a snag and something happens, I'm hoping that I can get it out published tomorrow. So tomorrow there should be a guide where I go over everything regarding how to do this for low temperature diamonds more specifically. I'm gonna go over ship builds, the equipment you need, where you need to mine, how you do this effectively, and also talk about how you then get rid of it depending on if you have a fleet carrier or not. So there should be a detailed guide out on this tomorrow. And again, for low temperature diamonds, I've been able to get around 400 tons of low temperature diamonds per hour, which is really, really good.
I equipped my ship with the B class collector limpets because 10 minutes. I think the A limpets would be better. It doesn't matter if they wear out, but the longer reaching limit would be great.
Yeah, I usually run A rated. Okay,
Yeah,
where am I at?
I use the D rated because of the 10 minutes, because I want to spare the limpets, but you don't need to spare limpets.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Well, there's another one there.
So one thing I'm curious about is if you can have a fixed subsurface missile and a turret subsurface missile and have someone join you with multi-crew, can you mine
The same
thing
method.
twice as fast?
Yeah, I've considered it as well. You might be able to. It's worth a try. And it's easy to test. Boom. There's another 3 of them. This is fast spinning as well. Okay, it looks like the purple nebula carriers here. What, one jump out now, Donglora?
Yes, one jump more.
Perfect.
2 minutes cooldown, 10-15 minutes till.
Oh, maybe I should get the right firing group. But even though this is a lot slower than low temperature diamonds, it still seems like subsurface is slightly faster than laser mining. At least from what I've heard from the laser mining, the laser lighting people, it seems to be collecting slightly faster.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a lot faster.
Yeah, I'm at 95 tons right now.
I'm on 70.
Oh, that's okay. It's actually not. It's about the same.
People in the chat keep asking, do pirates spawn if you relog because crash or whatever?
Yes. I don't think out here.
I didn't see any when I jumped in.
No, I didn't get any either. I don't think they're spawning because we're too far away. Okay, we have Quiz Engine in chat, so he has 92 tons laser mining, which is about the same as me. So it seems
I
like...
started a bit later than you.
Okay, we also have people 112, 120. Okay, so definitely people who also have managed to mine even more than I have. That's pretty good. How much room do we actually have left in... oops. In the carrier, Silver? Where is this? Are we on the wrong side or something?
Yeah, 1 second.
There we go.
Still have 17,000 units free space for fuel.
Okay. So we have our work cut out for us.
Oh yes. I think it'd be really awesome if we could all manage that much in this stream. Be quite an achievement.
It would be, but also quite difficult at this mining rate.
Astro, for the new miners, can you please explain how the ignore list works?
Oh, yeah, okay. So when you're out mining, and if you're looking for specific materials, you can force your limpets not to pick up specific materials. For instance, if let's say I was not interested in tritium, I'm just gonna quickly go and mine some tritium here. There we go. I could then go to the tritium fragments there, and then I could add tritium to ignore list. Now you can see it's getting grayed out. Actually, the subsurface deposit is as well. And my limpets, you can see now they already picked that up from before. But if I just quickly catch up to this one over here. There we go. Oops. That was a miss. Oh. Hold on. Was out of ammo in my subsurface displacement. Thingy. This is why I bring two. Oh, right, now it's on the other side of the ship.
Freaky Deaky Dude in YouTube chat was asking if DSSA has outfitting. If you're asking about the DSSA Ronin, it has outfitting, but there are no modules in stock on it. So you can transfer a mining laser out there, but there are none for sale.
Okay. Those who've asked about the ignore list, you can see I just mined some fragments, but they're not showing up on my radar, and my limpets are not going for them. But you can see they are definitely there. But if I go and I remove them from ignore list, all of a sudden they pop up on the radar. There they are. And my limpets are gonna go and pick them up. And they're then gonna kill themselves in the rock. Perfect. So if you have materials you're not interested in, then just put them on ignore list. And even if you get a fragment, let's say you have a fragment that contains bromelite and low temperature diamonds, but you have bromelite on your ignore list, then hey, they're suiciding again. Then they will only refine the low temperature diamonds and not the bromelite, which is quite neat. Ugh, I keep forgetting it's on the other side now. Oh, this is a fast one. Oh, well, we're gonna go for the second one. See if we can get the first one as well. I'm gonna try to see if I can pick up as many questions from chat, but sorry if I'm missing some. See, this is a problem. Look how the limpets are just suiciding. Boom. I think they managed to get them far enough away from the rock, though, that they can actually pick them up now. Do we have... I think no, we're actually done. Nice. Question about ignore filter. Is there any way to make them ignore all illegal cargo? No, I don't think so. I think it's only by type. Unfortunately.
Also, illegal cargo depends on the system you're in.
Yes. Okay, we have a bit of distance to fly here. Oh, there's also one right there. That's closer. I need to learn how you prospect in this ship. There we go. When flying fast. Question is if that will hit. Looked like it went a little bit sideways. That's the only problem I have with the Corvette as a mining ship. It destroys its own prospectors. Do we get subsurface? Yes, we do. One subsurface. Oop, that was on purpose. And then I need to go to that group and... Oop. Oh, could this actually work? Could you just mount your nose inside the ship and then on the rock? This is beautiful. It seems like the rock is not rotating. What? This is a very, very easy way to do it. Just park your nose inside the rock. Scheduled downtime for maintenance. Oh, they're doing a patch tomorrow. Expecting to last approximately an hour. This patch will address various bugs and issues that you have reported to us, with a patch note to come tomorrow. Oh, great. Now all I need now is for them to make changes to subsurface mining, because then the whole video has been pushing out, been trying to get done today, will be obsolete before it's even launched. Space Viking says, I know you said earlier that the fleet carriers are not a way to make money, but is it reasonable to expect to make enough money with it to pay on its weekly upkeep cost? I mean, the way, I mean, right now, for instance, it's gonna help you make money a lot faster by having a fleet carrier, because you can take it out and use it as a mobile base when you're mining out far from the bubble. So in that sense, it is going to increase your money output, but it's not like it's going to be a passive income. I think you're going to have a hard time just getting the money out of the market. You can, definitely, but I think it does require some work. Yeah, that's another problem is you would have a lot. Only one. You will have to have a lot of cargo to haul into a station once you're done. That's gonna be quite a task to get all that stuff back back into a station after you return. Oops. Mining, drill. Can hopefully confirm, so it's better doing triple then. Sorry, I missed the start of the question there. What happened with that one? That instantly detonated. Full cargo space cow all the way. Yeah, I have a trade cutter sitting in my fleet carrier as well for the sole purpose of transporting stuff to and from the fleet carrier.
Astro?
Yeah.
We have here a person on Twitch who asked, what is Patreon?
What Patreon is? Patreon is a... Oh, I missed that one. Patreon is a way to support independent creators like myself, but it's also like artists do music or art, and pretty much any independent creator. They can set up a Patreon page, and you can go there and you can support the creator through a monthly subscription plan. That can be anywhere from $1 a month, and then depending on the different tiers that's been set up by the creator itself. I have a Patreon page where people can go and sign up. And again, there are tiers for just $1 a month where you get a special color on Discord and a thank you. And you can also have the option to get your name listed at the end of my videos. So if you watch any of my videos on YouTube, you will see at the end I'm running some end credits, and there the names of some of my Patreons will be listed. So that's Patreon. Blasphemer says OnlyFans without the nukes. Yes, that sounds about right. That's another one. Oh, wrong fire group. Oh, this is a weird one. There we go. That should be... Oh, no, still has, what? 2 shots left on this one, I think. There we go. Oh. Oh, I thought there was only 1 fragment in that one. That would have been... Where we at cargo-wise? 140 tons.
Astro, how much cargo space has your corvette?
My corvette has 384 total cargo.
That's decent.
Yeah, it's this. I mean, I designed it for subsurface mining, low temperature diamonds, where you get around 400 tons an hour, and I wanted to try and keep my mining trips at about an hour. So I needed something bigger than a Python, because problem with the Python and Clipper as well is, if you're mining 400 tons an hour, you spend half an hour in the ring and your cargo is full. and that just means you're spending an disproportionately large amount of time traveling back and forth. So you're better off, I think, with a heavier ship with slightly like with more cargo, basically almost twice the cargo as I have in the Python.
And I guess you wanted the maneuverability as well, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, got core deposits. Actually, voidable core deposits.
150 now.
That's pretty good. I'm 142. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's get in position and start mining. Oh, this one's easy. That big high density area here close to the surface, meaning it's going to be going really slowly, making that really easy. Deploy cargo hatch. Okay. I'm not gonna go for those tiny ones. I'm gonna go for that one, even though it's at a slightly faster. Oh, just on a downhill. Okay, gotta release a little earlier this time for that one. There we go.
So the blue bits, when you're going through on that scanner, do the small, tiny single have more in them? Because they're harder to get?
No. It seems to be the same. They're just harder to get. I think. At least I haven't noticed any noticeable difference between how much fragments you get compared to how big the blue signal is.
So go for the big ones.
Yeah. Oh. There's only small ones left now. Ah, it's depleted anyway.
Astro? Bull Rebase on Twitch asks, why did you take the Corvette and not the Cutter or the Type?
Maneuverability. So I'll show you here when we get to the next rock here in a second. Which should be that one up there. Well, it actually slowed down a lot quicker than I'm used to. And then upwards. There we go, that should hit. Let's see. Yeah, we got a single one here. So, this one is not rotating, but you can imagine if this was a fast rotating rock and I was in a Type 9 or Cutter, sitting and trying to do this, basically orbiting the rock, well, without hitting it too much, that's going to be difficult in a Cutter or a Type 9, and that's why I choose the Corvette, because of the better maneuverability. I'm just gonna jump over to this one and start drilling. And trolley one there on downhill. The difficult ones are when you're trying to hit them downhill, because they, as they get close, they accelerate. So you should always try to get the ones that are on like a flat plateau. There's not a lot of flat plateaus on this one. Or the ones going uphill, they're also a little bit easier to get than the ones going downhill. Joseph asked, did I hear that correctly? You managed to mine 400 tons in 1 hour? Yes, 400 tons of low temperature diamonds in 1 hour. That is correct. And it is with this build, and again, I will be doing guides on it, unless Frontier decides to make massive changes to the mining tomorrow. Then I'll of course have to redo some of my guides. I mean, so the point is, I have a guide that is half done with the edit, and I'm hoping I can get that edited, rendered, and uploaded and published everything for tomorrow. It's gonna be a bit of a stretch, but I think it's doable. And then I'm probably gonna hold the video back until I see what's in the patch note, and I have a chance to go back and just do a quick test tomorrow, just to make sure that it's still the same. And if it is, then I'm gonna release the video. And if it turns out they make changes to it, I will of course have to redo a lot of my testing. But yes, there will be a full guide tomorrow, unless Frontier makes changes. Okay, so these are all surface deposits, so that's not what we're looking for. Oh, there's one right there. I'll just crash into that. Okay, I see.
I really hope they don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I really hope they don't make any changes to the subsurface mining because, I mean, I managed 400 tons an hour with Baran, and apparently the new system is even better than that. So
yeah, but that was on a
mining are really close to the same right now.
But that's with a map, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think with a subsurface map in the new triple hotspot, I think you can begin to, if you practice and you get really good at it, I think you can push 500 tons an hour. It's gonna take practice, and it's gonna be that, you know, that golden run, but I think it's doable. Basically speed mining 500 million in an hour.
Yeah, I think I would have been able to manage 450 tons an hour with the Baran map. And so having subsurface being a little bit better than that is a good thing, really, because it takes a lot more skill.
That's why I really don't hope they nerf it, because I think, I mean, I don't know, I hope it looks easy right now, but I have also been practicing this intensely for a week. I've already mined around 1,000 tons of low temperature diamonds using this method in the last week while I've been testing. And that has just been, so I've been going out, I've been doing a few tests, and then I've been rebuilding my ship and going back to the bubble, figuring out that some of the things didn't work, and then changing up the build, and really been refining it to see how much I could push out of it. And I think it's at a pretty optimal point now. But there is also quite a bit of player skill in this. You need to learn both to orbit the asteroid while you look at the top graph, while you also look at when the blue markers are coming. Like, you're doing a lot of things at the same time. I mean, I actually missed one there. I know just all the... Try to both manage your ship position, look at the two graphs at the same time, and manage your triggers, and like, there's a lot of things to do. Oh, we have another one there. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think I could get anywhere near 400 tons an hour right now with my skill in the subsurface mining.
That's also one of the things that I mentioned in the video. When you go out and you do this for the first time, you're not gonna get 400 tons an hour. I mean, I can teach you, I can show you how it's done, but at the end of the day, knowing and getting to know when to release that trigger is only something that you can learn for yourself. It's something that just takes practice. Again, if you do it intensely, you can do it in about a week. You can get pretty good at it. But it requires a little bit of player skill, and it's a lot more involved than laser mining. You actually have to sit and pay attention to what you're doing, because if you're just sitting watching YouTube, I mean, for laser mining, you can just, if you point at the rock, you pull the trigger, and then you just watch YouTube for 2 minutes while it do its mining. McDoodle says 178 tons and out of ammo. I'm at 174, and I have 37 shots left, so I can go a little bit longer. Displacement missiles are lock on target. No, they are dumbfire.
But you can actually do quite decent income in an unengineered Asp Explorer with this subsurface mining technique. And I never did it before this week, and I didn't find it that hard to handle.
No, I mean, you can definitely learn fairly quickly. And as Scott says in chat here, you can synthesize new ammo. That is correct. You can synthesize ammo. However, I try to make my builds not rely on synthesis. It's all surface deposits now.
Okay, I'm full. Where should I go with this?
DSSA Ronin. It should be right next to the triple hotspot. And just go there and you go to the commodity market, and there should be a buy order up there for 5% market value.
That's great. 192 tons plus the refinery.
About the Asp Explorer, the non-engineered version. So Silver actually got me a build yesterday, and I've been running it, and it paid for itself in low surface diamonds in about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I did that too, just for fun.
Found a nice 36.26% tritium rock.
3, 2, 1. Oh, is this a core deposit? I think this might actually be a core deposit. Nope. It just looked like it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's 4 subsurface deposits. I don't think I have... I might actually have ammo for all 4 of them. Let's start with that one. If I don't mess up too much. Oh, wow, that's a quick one, this one. Go for the double. Oh, it's gone. Oh, I was about to say, this one is very easy, and then I almost missed it. And speed up, and hit it. Did open my cargo, good, good, good.
Astro 2 can't ask on Twitch, is LTD overpowered and should be nerfed?
I think Silver was it us who had a discussion about this the other day with the engineered mining equipment?
Yes, this is
so
exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a discussion in Discord the other day where we were talking about exactly this, whether LTD's mining is overpowered. And I think it's kind of, I mean, I think the problem is making this level of money I don't see as a huge issue for endgame players. However, what I did see as an issue is if you have a brand new player who then goes out, mines for like a couple of hours, buy himself an anaconda, and then still don't know how to set up his firing groups or anything like that.
True.
You've skipped a lot of the game. You skipped the whole process of getting all the intermediate ships all the way up, and you just go straight for the anaconda. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I've done Sidewinder to anacondas as like kind of speedrun attempts before, but I would never recommend a new player doing that. Because you're really missing a lot of the game by doing so. So the discussion we had was, if you did a general nerf of mining equipment so that the potential money making you could get from it was substantially less. Oh, wow, that was bad. Let's say, I don't know, 5% of what it is now. So a 95% nerf to mining. But they added engineering to the mining equipment. So you had to engineer it, and if you engineered it, it would then be back up to the same level as it is now. that means that in order to get these high payouts, you would have to unlock the engineers, and the engineers is kind of the extended tutorial for Elite. This is where you get around, you get to try to figure out how you build a ship that can go out to 5,000 light years. How do you build a combat ship for all the combat bonds? How do you build a mining ship to mine all those, all the painite you need for one of the engineers as well? All that stuff. How do you do trading? It's the extended tutorial. That engineer unlock is really an extended tutorial. That's how I see it, at least. And if you added engineering to it, then you would give people still a good way to get some decent money early game, but it's not like they're gonna go out and, like, 2 hours after installing the game, they're flying an Anaconda. Like, okay, that's probably a little bit exaggerated, but you get my point. But if you then added engineering so that once you have been through the unlock process of getting the weapons engineered, then they become useful and the endgame players can still get a decent outcome. So that's what I mean with that. Is low temperature diamond overpowered? Yes and no. It could be overpowered for a new player because I'm afraid they're robbing themselves of a lot of the game experience. And yeah. So I would really love to see a change like that, where we've got engineering on mining equipment so that you could bring it up to par with what it was today.
That 2 hours isn't quite exactly an exaggeration either, because for this account that I'm using for the DSSA,
yeah,
I had a type mine and I was out in the field mining within 3 hours, earning 300 million credits an hour after 3 hours of time on the account.
Okay, so you had about a 4-hour run for an Anaconda. Right? If you had a type 9 after 3 hours, you spend 1 hour mining and then sell that, then you have enough for an Anaconda.
You also
very easily.
You also have the situation that when that person becomes bored with mining and they get into combat, they get wiped out and then they lose interest.
That's one thing, or they get used to making hundreds of millions per hour and then they go and do combat and they realize that they're gonna be having a hard time breaking 5. And I can see why you would see that as maybe not as an as attractive type of gameplay.
Yeah, I agree with Crossraver on Twitch. A new player is never able to get Anaconda in 4 hours. We know how to do it.
Absolutely right. I don't think a new player that never played the game is gonna go in and get an Anaconda in 4 hours, but...
Yeah, but you can, because if you, as I've actually heard somebody discussing, if you team up with somebody who is experienced, all they do is just go, take you along the system, drop your LT, in fact you don't even need that, all you have to do is sit outside the station in the system
and spoon feed them.
Drop your LTDs, I've actually heard that being talked about. And practiced.
But no, I have met new players who were flying Anacondas and were still missing some of the basic functionalities you should learn within the first week. But it was also their first week of playing.
I had really hoped that they were going to rebalance the economy when they came out with the carriers. I thought that was some content sorely needed. When you can buy everything by doing one aspect of the game, and you can barely survive doing just about any other aspect. That's.
Yeah, I agree, but it's a hard balance to manage.
It is.
It can't be. They could very easily make it less of a delta between combat risk reward versus mining. I mean, just insane how much money you can make mining compared to any other activity in the game.
Yeah, I quite agree.
Let's put it this way: if you bought a fleet carrier and didn't have a whole lot, billions of extra credits, and they nerfed mining, you would not be able to keep your fleet carrier. There is nothing else in the game that would allow you to earn enough money to maintain a fleet carrier at this time.
Yep, that's right.
No, so what can you...
Maybe passengers.
Yeah, passenger missions could work, like the Robico passenger missions could work. There's also, I mean, you can make quite a bit of money now trading tritium, but I saw someone mention in chat that they nerfed that. I haven't really paid too much attention to the tritium trading yet. That was one of those, if it's still a thing after a couple of weeks, I'll go and have a look at it. But I don't know if God damn it, I missed 2 now. Hold on. I need to focus on this one. I'm gonna get that one, that's annoying. There we go.
Yeah, they nerfed it pretty.
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, the price of tritium has pretty much halved since it first started out. It was about 85,000. You can get it at the time. Now it's about 50, 45.
Okay. There we go. I'm out of ammo. I'm gonna go and restock. I don't want to synthesize.
And when they nerfed that, I decided to road to riches because I'm still climbing up the tiers of ships.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I was doing piracy before, and now I can't find anyone that's got low temperature timer.
Peppo also on YouTube says that massacre missions pays well. That's right. If you can stack winged passenger missions and run them together with some friends, you can also make some decent money out of that. So there are definitely other methods to make money, but I mean, for instance, if you, I mean, exploration are gonna have a hard time fueling a fleet carrier for an extended period of time, just from exploration data.
To compare the time investment necessary, I don't know. I don't think that the paths are balanced in any way, shape, or form. Definitely from a risk-reward perspective. In combat, you stand a pretty good chance of losing a ship unless it's particularly engineered or very well engineered, etc., etc. As opposed to mining, where you can go get something that's completely unengineered and make billions and billions of credits with almost no risk at all, assuming you're playing in solo or a private group.
If someone has a spot free in a laser mining wing, someone in stream chat asks for a spot.
Oh, you were not kidding when you said you were right outside the hotspot. I thought... just overshot you by 20 megameters.
It was actually closer than that when I got there.
Yeah.
It was only 7 megameters away from the triple overlap spot.
So what does this carrier look like? Let's go and have a look.
I guess Matt Paley is asking which fleet carrier. If you're meaning which fleet carrier to sell at, it is the one Astro is looking at right now in the stream, the DSSA Ronin.
Oh, you have that ship kit on it. The hammerhead kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm on the underside. I think I'm on the underside of the carrier. Let me check. Yes, I am.
I guess unfortunately it's in the dark side of the...
Yeah. Can't see it properly.
It's kind of mostly in the shade.
Did you take a note of how much tritium you had when we started, so we can know how much is being mined?
Not exactly. I know I did have around 1,600. It's like a 1,614 or 40 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Landing successful. Hangar crew is ready.
Oh.
Greetings, Commander. We are glad
I like the background for when you put up an exploration carrier. It's not prettier than a mining one. You just give me a second to quickly check here.
And I guess if anyone is interested, I do kind of have a backstory and lore around, kind of made around the fleet carrier that I wrote.
Yes.
And a forum post and all that as well.
Yeah, I saw it.
Commodity market. I actually haven't read it yet.
Me neither. But it's on the to-do list.
Yes, or we could get story time with Silver. Thank you, Ornstein, just with a super chat say, don't forget to restock limpets. I actually had forgotten to restock limpets.
Oh, comfortably.
That is 290. Let's go and stock up with limpets.
I guess Dunkel just posted the forum thread that I made in YouTube chat. I would assume.
What?
And Twitch.
Twitch as well.
So I just sold the tritium to you, and now I have the same amount my cargo hold but stolen.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a bug. From my understanding, you just wait a while and it disappears from your cargo. And it does go to the fleet carrier, because I know I've at least already seen at least 4,000 tons.
Can I sell it to the black market? Oh, you don't have a black market? No.
No.
I needed to exit the carrier service and enter.
Okay, you just closed out the carrier service, then it figures out. Okay. Good.
Maybe they're trying to do a little bit of a Star Citizen realism, like where you have to wait for the elevators. They're saying, whoa, 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 you've sold cargo, you can't leave yet until we get it transferred out of the ship.
Yeah. It's only going to be 1 minute per ton. Do you think time-based FSDs could be viable feature they added? It'd be like hyperspace in Star Wars, for example. You could move the time-based FSD to your ship. One jump to Colonia, but it would take like 4 hours. Okay, that's actually an interesting idea. So I guess the idea you're proposing here over on Twitch is that your jump range would be based on, like, so your spool up time for the normal FSD would be based on how far you're jumping. For normal ships, I don't necessarily see this being a too requested feature. Because it would be one of those, okay, I want to go to Colonia, so I just set my destination to Colonia, and then I go to sleep. And then, ta-da, next morning I'm in Colonia. Or if I want to visit whatever other system that's far away, I could set the destination, jump, and then just basically jump while you sleep. While that would be very convenient, I think it would also take quite a bit of that. The galaxy is quite big and it takes time to travel aspect out of the game. How about actually, it could work for fleet carriers, I think. But I guess it would be the same issue that if you could just do infinite like jumps all the way to Colonia during the night. That probably wouldn't work for fleet carriers either, now that I think about it.
As we were talking about doing like a 3,000 or 4,000 light year maximum route though at a time, which would be kind of neat.
Yeah, so limit the range a little bit so you don't do.
Or at least at bare minimum, do route plotting, kind of like we have with ships now, where you select the route and you just kind of have to jump into it and manually jump each time.
I like Space Viking's suggestion here. He says, Astro, you should set up an ongoing thing where if anybody reminds you to get a limpet, they get a free coffee mug. That's actually quite a fun idea. I'll consider that. That's actually it's actually pretty funny. I have actually been considering making a if I could make a like don't forget your limpets kind of mock. So you could always have something in your hand with a picture of a limpet, and then it would say around the side of the mock, "Don't forget your limpets."
By the way, link to the merch store is now in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Laura.
It's about the same size as my current coffee mug. I'd be all for it.
I assume your coffee mug is like a bathtub or something like that. Then it should say it like that.
It takes about half of my filter machine per cup.
Okay, yeah. I can't see where I'm going here.
That's how my dad's coffee mugs are.
Yeah, the only problem I have with that design is if I take I mean, I could just take a picture of a limpet and smack it on the side of a mock, but I would be getting into some copyright issues with Frontier, and I obviously don't want to do that. So if that were to happen, I would have to alter the design enough that it's that is not just a carbon copy of what's in the game, and I would have to have it pre-approved by Frontier, because I wouldn't do something like that without having a written approval by Frontier before I did something like that, because
kind of like with the Carlos mug.
Exactly, the Carlos mug. If you haven't, it's actually not. It's in the kitchen, but the Carlos mug has a like a cartoonish drawing of a viper on it, and I actually had that design run through Frontier's legal department and asked them if it is okay.
Insert limpets here.
It's wow. Thank you, Steak, for the donation. It's very, very generous. And Warrenstein also over on YouTube. Here's an idea. If I'm playing a crew, why can't they plot the navigation and execute? Oh, if I'm paying a crew, yeah, that question was asked a lot during the beta as well.
I think we need to be waiting on that question and asking first, why are we paying them if they can't even transfer fuel to the fuel tank?
That's a whole nother question, yes. Because you can call them up and say, hey, by the way, guys, I know you're on the other end of the galaxy, but could you go ahead and jump into that system over there? You can do that remotely, but you cannot move fuel. I really hope they would have added that. Okay, oh, I need to keep an eye on time here. Okay, we're still...
By the way, thanks for everyone that subscribes and follows on Twitch and YouTube. We missed so many and I can't keep up.
Yeah, and also if you're enjoying the stream, please go down and hit the like button below. It really helps with that YouTube algorithm, and Twitch for that matter, while we're at it. Okay, let me see. Here's a question on Twitch. What's your opinion on the upkeep mechanics on fleet carriers, and do you have any ideas for a substitute? So I'm not terribly against the upkeep system. I understand why it's there. I think the reason why upkeep is there is twofold. One, to be honest, the game kind of needs an end-game credit sync. Myself included. I mean, before fleet carriers, I just been stockpiling credits to the point where I could buy any ship I wanted for the remainder of the time Elite's gonna be live, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So I definitely think that the game, yes, would benefit from a end game credit sync. So I'm not a lot against it. However, I think one of the other reasons why it was introduced is that Frontier was afraid that the game was going to be too flooded with dormant fleet carriers nobody was using. They wanted an automatic way for them to be cleaned up. And I think Upkeep was a very simple way to do that. It solved both problems, that you both get that end game credit sync. Oops, that's a miss. But also that you get a easy way to clean up the the fleet carriers that are not being used. It's really weird, this rock. It's really, really fast. I need to get a better angle on this. Ah, come on. What? Okay, hold on. I don't know, I hope that answers your question. So, I guess I didn't answer if there was a substitute for it. The only substitute I could see is, I mean, you would still have to solve... God damn it. You would still have to solve the problem with dormant fleet carriers, so there would have to be some kind of... If nobody has used the fleet carriers, nobody has docked on it in, let's say, 3 months or something like that, then it would have to be decommissioned or something. I don't know.
Like this stream, please. And maybe Astro will write a script that automatically fills the cargo hold with limpets every time you launch. I think
Maybe
this would
make it
be
if
a
it
good
hasn't been
addition to the
used in so
commander's
many months
toolbox.
and the owner hasn't even logged on in that amount of time or longer. You could have it so it doesn't necessarily decommission, but it just doesn't show up. And
yeah, you mothball it. Yeah.
Yeah, until they log back in.
I'm just gonna quickly Cursor again, thanks a lot for the donation, and JSB as well. Gonna get to your comment in a minute, JSB. Regarding making a, like, every time you click launch it, you could do that, but it will probably be a it will probably have to be a auto hotkey script, I think, to do something like that. And the problem is you wouldn't want to stock up on lipids every time you undocked. Sometimes, I know this is gonna sound blasphemous, but sometimes I fly ships that are not meant for mining. And I don't want them to... I don't want those to suddenly be stocked up with lipids when I undock. So that means I would have to have a separate button for undocking and restocking limpets at the same time. So I would have to remember to press that button when I'm undocking a mining ship. AKA, I would have to remember limpets. Yeah, voice attack macro, auto hotkey macros, whatever. That's all surface. Let's just quickly scroll up and find JSB's comment here. Do you think that Odyssey... Oh, get bad in game here. Do you think Odyssey refers to a story quest, maybe involving a certain real and mysterious place? I wouldn't read too much into that. I don't think that Odyssey is gonna be all focused around Braxler and the Dark Wheel. I think that whole story is something that they will, if they're ever gonna tell us without somebody that actually found it, it's gonna be the day they decide to finally shut down Elite. And even then, I'm not sure they would, because they might do an Elite Dangerous 2.0 at some point. And if they do that, they probably want to keep the Raxler mystery alive for that game as well. So... how long do I think Elite would be running for? Well, Frontier has just spent, what, 2 years or something like that so far working on the Odyssey update, and they're probably going to spend another year on it. So that's a total of 3 years development time. I have a hard time seeing Frontier spending this much time, money, and effort into an update only to abandon it right after that update comes out. So I'm pretty sure the game will be around for a foreseeable future after the Odyssey update. Whether that is 1-2 years, I don't know, but I would be surprised if we saw anything. I don't think there's any plans to close down Elite anytime soon. So if I were to give a guess, I would say minimum 2 years from now. Probably 3 would be a good guess on a minimum.
Astro, DM?
DM, yeah. Just on stream mode, so it can't. Oh, you put the whole thing up there?
On your Discord private message.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one I replied to from Kirshner with the auto hotkey thing. I think it would be difficult to put on the commander's toolbox because sending key presses from a web browser to a game application or to any application, it seems like the kind of thing that should be caught in some kind of antivirus something somewhere. Like if you run a random JavaScript on a homepage and it suddenly begins to send key presses, it feels like a thing you shouldn't be allowed to do. But I don't know if that's actually possible to do. Do we have subsurface, surface, all surface? EvoLine has been running for 17 years. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I expect Elite Dangerous to close down in 2 or 3 years. I'm just saying at the current state we're in now, I would be surprised if they closed it down before that. And I don't think they're gonna close it down after 3 years. I think that we have quite a bit of time left in Elite. Ah, did that again. Nah, I'm having some bad luck right now. Just gonna get some distance here. Oh, hello.
Snark3D asks, is there a reason why you don't have an aberration blaster or mining lasers on this ship?
Yeah, it's not. Well, this ship is designed for low temperature diamond mining. For tritium here, it probably would be worth having. Ooh, wow. Okay, I thought it was only 3 of them were subsurface. But for low temperature diamond mining, it's just not worth your time. So a single subsurface deposit like the one I have here, with low temperature diamonds, not tritium, that can give you around 26 to 30 tons of refined low temperature diamonds. And you can try to take time here. It's like 38 minutes past. How much time it takes me to mine this? It's not gonna be a lot. And this gives about the same amount of mined material as cracking open a core asteroid. So it's not really worth it to go for laser mining or core mining. Laser mining, you will produce a ton of fragments all of a sudden, and these are lot smaller chunks than the one we have here. And the bottleneck for how quickly you can mine is in this with subsurface is really your limpets, is how quickly they can collect. Not so much with tritium, but for low temperature diamonds it is. So you don't want to have all those small fragments. You're much better off just leave those scraps, like it's only 30% or something in the best case. The big fragments, the big chunks you get out of subsurface mining. Oh, like there was a lot more on this one. There was like 3 and it already left the rock. Let's go back to that one again. They give like 80% towards a refined fragment for everyone, and for low temperature diamonds you get a lot more fragments at the time. So yeah, so no, that's why I'm not carrying that equipment, because at least if you're doing low temperature diamond mining, it's just not worth it. It's a lot more efficient to just go for the next subsurface deposit. And whoop. For some reason,
I find
go ahead.
I'm getting a double hit in these things. If I laser mine as well as subsurface, I can laser mine the rock first and then do the subsurfaces after.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. The intended gameplay is first laser mine, then surface deposits, then subsurface, then crack it open. That is the intended gameplay, and in my opinion, this should get you a bonus.
Maybe, I mean, they could do that. They could do something like if you laser mine or surface mine the rock, then you like strip away the upper layers and then subsurface deposits get revealed or something like that. That could be pretty fun, I guess.
I'm spending. I came across one with 4 subsurface on, and I've been spending the last 20 minutes mining it, and I've had over 60 out of it.
Yeah, that's low temperature diamonds, right?
Nope, tritium.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
It's just moves very quickly. That's what I angle it.
Yeah. Yeah, those completely stationary rocks are the dream.
Just got the last one.
Oh, there's a lot in this one. Keep going. And release. Ouch. This is also really good maneuvering training, sitting here trying to stay on the deposits on a spinny asteroid. Why not buy the tritium? Because mining is fun and it's a lot more entertaining to go and mine it. Not that many so far. There's 2 over there. Gonna go and check out. What makes...
People keep asking, is subsurface mining new? No, it's not. It got dropped with the core minings.
It's just been buffed in the last update. People asking why I'm using a bigger ship. So, again, this this is really designed for subsurface mining low temperature diamonds. And when subsurface mining low temperature diamonds, I've been able to hit in the vicinity of 400 tons per hour. If I were doing that with a Python, I would have to spend around 30 minutes in the belt before my ship is full. Then I have to go and travel back to the carrier, dump it off, or if you don't have a carrier, all the way back to the bubble to sell. That means you're going to be spending a lot of time traveling and not a lot of time mining. So that's why I've gone for a bigger ship, so that 1, we have more collectors, because you really need a lot of collectors for this, and 2, you have more cargo, so you can spend more time in the belt and less time traveling.
I guess just kind of an update on the tritium status. I think we've mined just about 9,000 tons so far. That's over half of it, of what I was needing.
That's a pretty good start. I don't think we're going to be able to make all of it. And in case people ask, then why the Corvette? Because, as you can see here... Oops. There is... Great. No, it died. There is quite a bit of like tracking around an asteroid to try to keep up with the deposits, and I just feel like doing this in a cutter or Type 9 would just not be as entertaining as it is in a Corvette. So it's just a convenience thing that extra maneuverability is just going to mean you're going to have a lot easier time to track the deposits around, so you can mine more effectively. Oh, it's going to be fast. There we go. What about an Anaconda? Anaconda would be a good choice as well. And I actually have 2 planned ship builds coming out for this type of mining. One of them is obviously the Corvette here, that is designed for people who has a fleet carrier already, so they have a place where they can go and dump them off, where they don't really care much about jump range, because there will be a fleet carrier close by. The other build I'm doing is intended for people who want to go and travel back to the bubble with their materials, and that is based on an Anaconda, because, well, obviously better jump range. Is your ship engineered? Yes, it is fully engineered. The Anaconda build is also designed that you can fly it unengineered, and the build guide will be for the unengineered version, but I will be mentioning in the guide what you could do if you wanted to engineer it, just in case someone wants to take that Anaconda build and fully engineer that as well. But again, that and a detailed advanced miner's guide on this type of mining is going to come to the channel in the very near future. I'm planning to have the video come out tomorrow, unless Frontier makes some changes to it during the patch tomorrow. Then of course I will have to I'll have to reschedule that video, but I do have another video pre-uploaded as a backup. I actually think that's my 2-year review of the X56. That's been sitting in my unlisted tab for like another weeks now. Yes, so people are beginning to talk about fleet carriers jumping back. For all of you guys who are out here, in about 10 minutes, I'm gonna begin slowly closing down the live stream, and 15 minutes past the fleet carrier, I'm gonna begin to jump back. So you have some time to get back to the carriers if you want to get a trip back to the bubble. But I'm just gonna get a little bit more mining. Would be nice if we could reach like 10,000. Oops, whoops, that was way late. If we could reach like 10,000 tons mined, that would be pretty good. It's not quite a full carrier, but
still helps out tremendously.
Seems like we both have to buy some tritium after the stream to fill up the rest.
I need to get a fan in here, it's getting hot. Who sent me an email? Carrier jump completed. And that's nice. So you actually get an email when from Son in Richmond. Apparently he's the captain on my commander. When you're not on it yourself, it tells you that the carrier has been completed. Well, thank you.
Right in, that's 262.
Dunglora, yes, there is. I haven't seen a map yet, but I have confirmed that subsurface deposits are mappable. Even respawnable, it seems. So, if this continues to be a thing, I will definitely be working on making a map, which is also gonna probably push us way past the 400 tons per hour. Let's see what we get. Someone there. That's just one. Okay. This is a spinny boy. Is it possible to stock a fleet carrier with SRVs? Can't you do that in advanced maintenance? Or is that a fitting? Is that an outfitting? I actually don't know.
I believe that's with the kind of the restocking kind of
Yeah,
limits.
probably is. I believe you can, yes, stock it with SRVs if you want to. It must be part of the same package that contains the hangars, otherwise it makes no sense. I mean, who's gonna fit a hangar and not put an SRV in it? Silver, have you calculated how much fuel you're gonna need to reach the destination?
Yes, let me find that real quick. I actually made a calculator thing in Google Sheets.
So, where's my next rock? I think I'm gonna go for that one over there. Oh, there's a bigger one down here.
Okay, so it looks like a minimum that I'll need is about 14,000 tons. And the hope is that Dunkelora and I will both have enough fuel that we can transfer to his fleet carrier that he can actually make it back to the bubble without having to stop for mining at all.
Ah, nice. But 14,000, so that's there and back. That's then 28 for 2 carriers, 1 carrier, 2 carriers out. That's 36,000. That's quite a bit. But if you need 14,000 to get out there and we manage to mine 10, that's a significant portion of it. But I guess you don't want the carrier to sit out there completely empty.
Yeah, I'll probably actually just be keeping the tritium depot full, maybe an extra 1,000 or 2,000 tons, depending on how much extra we have once we get there. But I intend to leave the carrier out there essentially indefinitely, probably at least. I believe I should be able to have around 4 to 5 years worth of upkeep on it once I transfer some of my main account.
So you just transfer the money over and then allocate it all to upkeep and then just leave it there.
Yeah.
Silidin says, thank you for the commander's toolbox. It's helped me calculate the cost of returns, distance, journey. Hey, you're welcome. I think this is just glow. No, hold on. There is actually surface deposits in this one.
And I guess to end the stream, would we be interested in trying to get some screenshots, kind of see how many people we can get docked on my fleet carrier all at once?
We can try to do some, or want you in the dark?
I kind of am. I guess we probably wouldn't have enough time for me to jump.
No.
And move, but it's at least somewhat in the sunlight.
You know what?
And
I'm
with the planet
gonna.
behind it kind of looks pretty good.
I'm gonna head back to. Gotta head back now. So all you guys mining, are people still in the chat here, or have they moved out to other channels?
Still there.
Most people are still here.
Everyone who wants to stay out a little bit longer to mine, I can postpone the jump of the D to EA Purple Nebula for an half hour or hour before jumping back. If you.
Okay, so what will happen now is we're gonna be going for a little photo shoot. I'm just gonna quickly scout out if my fleet carrier is in the light, because if it's in daylight, then I think we'll do it there. Otherwise, we're gonna do it at the DSSA Ronin. But I just have to see where the fleet carriers are at, and then we're gonna go and get everybody docked up and begin the jumping back. And as Doglor said, if there's someone who wants to stay a little bit longer and mine for a bit longer, you're more than welcome to. Doglor, when will you be jumping? Just so people know when to be docked up.
I'm open. They can just ask me if no one wants to stay. I jump soon. If they want to mine, they can tell me wait an hour or two.
Okay, so if somebody wants to stay and mine for a bit, then do ping Doglor on Discord so you can coordinate the travels back. Did your fleet carrier? I think it moved into the light, actually.
Yeah, I think it's actually always been in the light. It's just the stars are so far away, it's dimmer than...
No, it's definitely lighter now than it was before. I couldn't see the color of it last time, at least.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing in the stream now that looks much brighter.
Okay, if someone want to cheat, Dark Side on YouTube says he offers 9,000 tons tritium and has a sell order for 2,000 credits per ton to fill up the DSSA.
Oh. So we should... Is he in system?
Yes. Dark Side has written it on YouTube. Thank you for
So if people, let's actually do that. Then we're going, because we're a little short on time, but I'm going to postpone the jump back with the DSSA North Star. It will be jumping today. We're just going to postpone it like 15 minutes or half an hour or something like that, so we have time to finish all this up. So don't worry, guys. You're not going to be left alone out here. There will be plenty of opportunities to get back. But let's go ahead. Let's get the tritium you have. Get that sold to the DSSA Ronin, and then if everybody empties their I have to close this. If everybody then just empties their cargo hold and then heads over to what is Darkside's fleet carrier called? Do we know that?
Nope, not written.
Dark Enterprise.
Dark Enterprise. Okay, so that should be... Ooh, there's a lot of carriers have arrived in the system since we arrived. There's the purple nebula.
And if you land on the DSSA Ronin, if you just want to stay on the surface for any screenshots, I think we have like 5 large ships and a few medium ships on it currently.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take... I'm just gonna do one trip out to Dark Enterprise for 1 cargo hold full.
You are clear to leave.
And then I'm gonna come back here and then we can do some photo shoots.
Where are we doing the photo shoots?
Oh, sorry, say again.
Where are we doing the photo shoot?
The photo shoot will be on the DSSA Ronin. DSSA, yeah, DSSA Ronin.
Okay. I'm on her at the minute.
Rorenstein says this should be a multi-day event. Get him fully filled up. Depending on how many people are going to take a trip to Dark Enterprise, I don't know. I mean, you should buy and sell at the same price, so it's basically free to get it out there, to go buy it and put back, since it's the same price. Then I think we're pretty close, because I'll bring back another almost 400 tons. Where are you at? Are you back on your carrier, Silver?
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Landing pad number 2.
Nice.
Oh, so I guess there's someone else in system selling tritium?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I might jump into my cargo ship then and go do a load.
Darkside has a carrier in system that sells. It has 9,000 plus tritium for sale at 2k credit per ton. So the same as you're buying it at. So we just need people to transfer it over so we can get you fully filled up. McMoney says, "Am I heading to my?"
Buying it.
McMonkey, not yet.
I'm actually buying it.
Sorry. So go ahead.
I'm actually buying it for 20,000 a ton, so people will make a little bit of a profit from it.
Oh, okay. People asking we should make trips between the two carriers. If everybody who wants to can do one trip between Dark Enterprise and the DSSA Ronin, then I think we should be pretty close. Maybe not completely full, but it should be damn close then. I mean, you had what, around 17,000 tons left when we started of cargo.
Yeah, there was a buy order for around 17,200 tons.
Yeah.
Of cargo, and I think I've got like a few thousand left actually.
So again, if everybody takes a trip, then we should be good.
He's almost 8,000 light seconds away.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a trip. And again, to those of you guys, don't worry. I know I said in the invite for the event that the North Star would be jumping 15 minutes past, but I'm postponing the jump, so don't worry. You don't have to be in the North Star 15 minutes past. I'll let you know when we're gonna jump. I'm not gonna jump before the live stream is over, and there's at least a 10-minute cooldown, so you have plenty of time to get over to the North Star so you can get back home. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna go and lift the load off Daystar.
So what we do now is I'll take a trip to Dark Enterprise and back, and then we'll meet up at the Ronin, and we'll do a photo shoot, and then we can head over to the North Star again.
You might want to hurry that trip up, Astro, because now that everyone's coming in to sell the diamonds, there's only 1,700 units of space left.
Oh, really? 1,700? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we might actually be getting it really full on this one event.
Then I don't think we need everybody to go there. The people who are already in route, you can go and can keep going, but I don't think we need any. I don't know how many people are en route, but at the very least we should be really, really close. Can we get a quick in chat, either YouTube or Twitch or Discord or somewhere? If you are en route to Dark Enterprise, how much cargo do you have? I have 384.
I've got 256.
Okay, so that's just over, like, that's 600-ish.
512, yeah.
Yeah, so that
192.
192, so we are...
On Discord, 96.
Okay, wait. We have plenty. We have plenty. I can see people in chat here. We have 200, 300 tons, 512 tons. Plenty.
That's
111. Yeah. We are more than full, so we don't need more people. 700 quiz engine.
Demand is down to 1,459.
Okay, so people already been buying the majority of it.
Thanks, everybody.
This is quite awesome.
Guys, you are awesome. Best
That's
community
awesome.
Ever.
Dark side, it seems we have a surplus. I don't know if you want to set up a buy order so we can give it back to you again. Oh, I should drop out here. Oops. Oh, what do you have in mind? That was another hammerhead thingy.
Astra on YouTube, T. Constantine asks, which ship is the best for low temperature diamond mining with a carrier? No, if you don't have it.
I would say Anaconda.
Yeah, long range Anaconda.
Long range, so you can get out, like, get some good jump range in. So, but again, guides coming out tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, my computer just crashed the desktop, so I'm trying to log back in.
Hold on, I'm on the wrong landing pad. I'm on the wrong landing pad. I didn't get a landing pad. What?
Astro, do you need tritium? Asks Matt Paley on YouTube.
I think I have enough to get back home, yeah. I should have. Oh, I'm getting denied docking. It's because I was heading to the wrong landing pad.
It's the wrong contact. You have 3.
Oh! What? Thank you. Apparently they are quite... Why is that even my contacts out here? Did we get a reply from Darkseid regarding giving him back some of his stuff? He says, I'm good. Okay. The supply is still... How's the supply still... I don't get that. Okay. Let's get back to Ronan for that photo shoot. Don't worry, I can see people still coming in. Plenty of time. No, that's not right. And there's the Ronan. I like this little, like, fleet carrier meetup out like 1,000 light years away from everything.
Welcome to the back of the back of the back of beyond.
Yes, exactly.
Welcome to Diego and Retreat 2.
I'm actually canceling the other buy orders for things I had and transferring some tritium over to my mining ship so people can stick a little bit more on there.
Nice. Is there a way to practice landing without the tedious docking request every time? I think there's actually a tutorial for mining you could run.
Sitting on the running, not even sure if I'm in the same instance as everyone else like.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time trying to instance people, but we'll see what we can do. Hello, Optimal Zero. We actually just finished the mining. We're just hauling over some more materials for Ronan here, of the DSSA Ronan, and getting that fully fueled up and ready to head into the core. Actually, so when are you heading out, Silver? Next week?
No, it will actually be a month from now. We'll
Okay.
actually leave the bubble. Because this basically... Fleet carrier...
Push to talk?
Yep. So basically, fleet carriers were announced, and the next day, Cohen Lath from FleetCom announced the DSSA. I found out about it a week after that, and signed up for the DSSA and bought the account for it the same day. So I've got a lot of extra engineering and stuff to do.
So you're going to get all the way out there, and you're going to take one ship with you, so you can return, yeah? One with a good jump range.
I'll be taking a good jump range ship like an Anaconda, more for exploring out there, but I don't intend to return to the bubble with the account. I'm going to be essentially leaving it out there, and it'll be my dedicated exploration account, as well as the DSSA carrier.
Okay. Let's see if we can.
And I guess. Go ahead.
I'll just say, let's see if we can get this photo shoot going here. See if we can get all the landing pads filled up over on the Ronin. That could be an awesome screenshot, I think.
I see you to my right. I'm on landing pad number 1.
I'm on pad number 7.
I forgot my pad number.
You're on number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you on 2.
That's it. I just filled your order. I actually have some spares in my cargo.
I have no
I don't think the mug should be I forgot my limits. It should be I forgot my landing pad.
At Jack's Darkwood, our community is PC, PS4, and Xbox. All are welcome. We have wings on each platform almost daily.
Oh, look at that, the pythons. I like the Type 9 that's parked on top of your command bridge.
Nice. I also see a Type 10, my kind of man.
You can't go wrong with a Type 10.
That was my exploration ship for the Distant Worlds 2 expedition.
Yeah, it's nice mining in a ship that has its own gravity.
You don't need limpets, you just park and the gravity of the ship just pulls the fragments in.
Oh, and I guess a bit of an explanation for the system I'm going to, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heading to Crown of Ice. It is a kind of icy, rocky moon with deep ravines orbiting a gas giant out in the galactic center. And when I went there for Distant Worlds 2, I flew around in the ravines with my Type 10, and I wanted to do that with the fighters, except that when you set your main ship to hold position, it doesn't actually hold position. So it tried to go suicide itself. So I couldn't actually fly around with the fighters, but ever since then I've been wanting to. So the idea is to bring Imperial Eagles and Vipers that are engineered for the maximum speed of the 932 meters per second. And so I'm going to be engineering a couple of those ships to bring out there to fly through those ravines. And so that's the main purpose of that system and location, if anybody wants to come along. And I know there are destinations much closer and probably in the bubble with the ravines you can race through, but it was this place I knew of out there that I could station my carrier at.
Cool. People ask how much tritium we got. I think we managed to mine around 10,000 tons, and the last 7,000 tons we pulled in from Darkside's carrier, who came out with a nice supply, so we just hauled that over. So I think in total we got 18,000 tons. There we go. Just had to get that. No, it's still there. Damn it.
I'll do a quick calculation on how much I got from all this.
This looks
so I think
awesome.
We got actually more of it from mining, because by the time you were actually heading out to that carrier to purchase and trade, there was only a couple thousand space available.
Just a quick warning for people watching: there will be like window sounds. That's me taking screenshots. Nice.
That red pad light that is around your ship is only visible to you.
Yeah.
I'm on pad number 7, and I can only see my own now.
Yeah, I don't think we can get it.
I can only see.
I don't think we can get it away. But that's a full fleet carrier. That's a full house.
Yeah, all around. I think it was 19,000 tons of tritium that I've acquired just today.
Nice.
It's been fun.
It's really a fun trip. I'm just gonna get a top-down view of this as well, so you can really see all the smaller ships. Do another screenshot here.
Astro, our local pirate, asks, "Are you in open?" Scrap.
Yeah, well, no, but I think even if you would have quite a bit of travel to get out here. Okay, I think it is time to I think it's time for us to head back to the DSA North Star, and then I think I'm gonna call the stream for today. So for all of you guys who are out here who want a trip back, let's see, what time is it? It is 16 minutes past, so I'm gonna schedule to jump at 15 minutes, or sorry, half past, so 9:30 in game or 21:30 in game. That's when I'm gonna schedule to jump. From there, you have about 10 minutes to the pad lockdown. That means about 40 minutes past the. There we go. 40 minutes past the landing pads are going to lock down, and that's the last chance you have to dock. We are going to be quite a few ships getting over to the carrier now, and most of us are going to be in the same instance. So if you have trouble docking, log out, go back into log back into solo, so you can get yourself a landing pad, because there is a good chance that this will be completely full once we get there. So there we go. But while we're making our way back, I just want to say a huge thank you to all you guys who have who've joined today. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, got a message from Darkside. Oh, yeah, okay, just a message sent in chat as well. Thank you to all you guys who've been joining today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come along as well next time we're gonna do an open live stream. Exactly when, I don't know, but when opportunity arises, we'll go and give that a go.
And if I may do a quick thank you as well to everyone that joined for the event. Really helped out a lot. And anyone who did participate, I would love it if you would go over to that the forum post, and either down in the replies below or to the Discord channel that there's a link for in that. Go ahead and post your commander name, maybe what ship you used, and how many tons you managed to get. Be really cool to see that as well. And thank you.
That's a good idea. I'll definitely be doing that as well. Okay, I'm gonna mute Discord, then I'm gonna close down the stream, and then in 20 minutes from now, landing pads are gonna lock down and we're gonna jump back, and that means in about an hour from now you should be back in LP where we started. And again, my fleet carrier, the D2A North Star, it will be staying in LP for 24 hours, so if you have to log off before we're back, you have 24 hours to get off the carrier. Before I move it to somewhere else. Exactly where, I'm not 100% sure, so can't promise you will be anywhere reasonable.
And thank you, Astro.
You're welcome. I'm gonna close.
A lot of fun.
There we go. Okay, let's get to that one. Oh, a little bit out of frame there. So that's gonna be it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this live stream. It was good to do another open live stream, and despite the relatively large number of people who joined today, we still did manage to. I think managed it pretty well. Oh God, hold on, I'm just gonna show you this. Come back to my carrier. This is what I see. I don't think. Oh, I actually did get a landing pad. I was afraid there were no available landing pads from on my own carrier. I got, what, pad 3? Yeah, pad 3. Yeah, here we go. Come on. What's happening? Am I too far forward? I think I am. There we go. Okay, let's go back and try that again. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, remember to go down and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in some of the mining guides that I've mentioned during the stream, the ship builds, both for this ship here and for alternative versions of it, then definitely stay tuned to the channel over on YouTube. Thanks a lot to all you guys who have donated today or sent super chats. It is very much appreciated. And if you would be interested in joining open live streams like this in the future, there is a link for Discord in the description where you can go down and you can join the community over on Discord. We have a lot of different stuff going on, not just live streams, but also just, you know, people sitting, hanging out on the chats and having a friendly chat, having a friendly talk, doing whatever they're doing in game. So I hope I'll see you over there, and I'm going to close down for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.